Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and do this kind of unique little, I guess you could say closer look video at a certain DVD collection that I have. And the reason I want to say it's a certain DVD collection is due to the fact that it is a collection that, normally you don't see, normally you wouldn't see, like, as far as retail goes, you wouldn't see it like, in any stores or anything like that. As I straighten this out a little bit for you guys to see better. Well, like I said, it wouldn't be something that you would see in stores, to be honest with you. Because basically these discs here, of course they're burned DVDs, the recordable DVDs that I burned movies and stuff onto, just to have something to entertain myself. But these are a little bit more different because they're basically DVDs that have video files on there that are basically downloadable. I purchased them for throughout the years, and they are called MPVs. Now you're probably wondering, what does MPV mean? MPV basically is short for Mud Puddle Visuals. Now they also have an offspring called, a spin-off offspring, if you will, called KV, or QV I should say, and that's Quicksand Visuals. And they have partnerships with other studios very similar to them, like Pamela Rose, Studio 588, stuff like that. And these are the kind of videos, if you will, that are more along the lines of video shoots. They're more along the lines of video shoots, as I try to make sure I can notice something here. There you go. But they're more along the lines of what's known as video shoots. And basically the reason they're known as video shoots is, let's put it this way. You know how basically, for example, Playboy is, right? Playboy has photo shoots, video shoots, you name it. Same with things like the Penthouse, all that kind of adult stuff. They have video shoots, photo shoots. This is kind of similar in that vein, but a little bit more unique in a sense. Basically, the people behind it realized that there was a audience, out there that enjoyed models doing these video shoots, but enjoyed models doing these video shoots in very seductive ways, but doing them in a way to where it involved mud and quicksand. And they obviously knew how popular mud wrestling was, with certain genders and all that, genres, if you will. And no offense when I say that, no offense, all due respect. But obviously they knew people like that, and they do incorporate that in times in the shoots. But what's interesting about this is Mud Puddle Visuals is one of those kind of video shoot sites and photo shoot sites to where the models in there, the female models, and I say this with all due respect, no offense, who I'm pretty sure get paid very, very well, are employed, freelance employed, whatever the case may be, and they basically, take part in these video shoots and everything, and sometimes sometimes they actually do little like role plays and mini dramas and all that. And some of them honestly have some very surprising backgrounds. Some of them have acted on Broadway. Some of them have acted in movies, shows. Some of those movies and shows being independent, being nationally known. Some have had Moulin Rouge-like backgrounds, things like that. Anyway, one of the selling points about this that, to me, that got my attention, and it got a lot of other people's attention, men and women, and again, I say that with all due respect, no offense, what got all of our attention is the selling point was the women in most of these video shoots would submerge. Yeah, you heard me right. Submerge. Go underneath the mud. Or whatever substance they use, whether it's mud, whether it's BLEK, which is Bleck, if you will, or whatever the situation. Sometimes it's even different kinds of substance that you could find around the house and mix together. Anyway, long story short, most of the videos, these women submerge underneath the mud or whatever the other substance they use, the bleck, whatever, and they end the video. Now, lately, over the years, they've actually, the people behind this have actually, ended the initial video shoot with that happening, but then they give you like a bonus at the end, like they fade out on the initial shooting, and then basically when they come back about a few moments later, the model who's doing it, she'll pop up and have a laugh with the crew and everything, and then she'll climb out and then go and get herself cleaned up and everything. So yeah, they provided that because I'm assuming that initially, basically, a lot of people were kind of concerned. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were concerned when this first got about, and so they decided to add on the idea of, okay, let's showcase that these women are fine, these women are okay, and that's why at the end of the initial shoot, you get that bonus extra scene where they pop back up and show you, hey, I'm okay and everything, and that's it. Sometimes they don't do that, because of certain reasons, for extra incentive when it comes to certain, like I said, becomes. What I'm trying to say, this is what happens when you do these kind of videos unscripted and on the fly. But basically, sometimes they won't do it. Sometimes they don't do it because they would basically leave it like that. Like, okay, they'll add that bonus thing with the model comes back up and shows you, hey guys, I'm okay, I'm fine, cool, but then sometimes they don't do it, and they just end with the model going and submerging under the mud or whatever substance it is that they're submerging under, and then that's it. And then they do that sometimes, mainly for extra incentive when it comes to certain reasonings, if you catch my drift. That's what I was trying to get at. Basically, it's a prerogative. It's extra incentive for a certain prerogative, if you get my drift. And I'm sure that the ladies have a say in this because let's be honest. What women, or even men would subject themselves to this without having a say in it, right? And I'm sure they do. I'm sure they probably have a say in it. Maybe they suggest, hey, let's take it a step further, or maybe they say, hey, I don't want to do that. I'll do this, but I won't do that. Like they'll do the modeling and all that, in the substance, and submerge up to the chin, but then they won't go completely under. They'll be like, and that's it. Then they'll just climb out. Sometimes they might suggest, hey, what if we take it a step further, like I said, and sometimes they'll go that step further, if you know what I mean. But anyway, this is what kind of got my attention to it for quite some time. And you want to know how long I've had my attention on this? Way before I moved back here. Yeah. Way before I moved back here is what got my attention. That's not a lie. It's not a lie either. It was about a couple of years before I came back. That it got my attention. And one of the first things I ended up buying from the online store, and this is when online stores were starting to really become the norm, or well, not necessarily the norm, but they were getting off their feet. Basically, this is around when Amazon was really taking off, and then places like Target and Walmart and all of them were following suit. Anyway, I went online to one of the store site, and I bought not one, but two VHSs, as well as I bought a DVD. Now, let me see if I can make sure. But this here is initially what the DVD is. That's it right there. That's all I'm going to show you. I'm not going to take it out or anything. But it's basically, it's only one disc. And it's mainly got a lot of what's, on there. listed on the bottom and everything. So that's basically the only disc that I bought. I mean, I actually bought another one. I think that one. I think what happened is I may have thrown that one away because all that was really just a bonus disc and all that, and that's it. So, I didn't have to worry about that. And then I have this. Now this here is an MPV disc, but it's not alone. So these two here. Okay, well actually this one was a little after. You can tell by the date. But this one here is another MPV disc. But I always like to mark like when I burn them and all that. So if you can see right here, if you can see that, yeah, you can see right here, it says May 5th, 2008. Now the reason it says MP videos to DVD isn't because I burned it off of the computer or anything like that. No, this is actually the VHS tapes that I have. These are actually the VHS tapes that I have, and I think I have another disc. I put it over there, but these are actually the VHS tapes that I bought initially. And what I did is I took the VCR that we had, one of them, and basically recorded the MPV, the VHSs onto this DVD, and then I threw out the VHS because I didn't need it anymore. So this was basically, along with the other one that I have over there, that I'm pointing over there, stored away. These were actually the VHS tapes that I bought initially when I first heard about this, because it got my interest. And hey, I was living on my own, bachelor and all that. What are you gonna do? And then here's the other one. Yeah, DVD. This was one of the first ones I did, and this is when I downloaded some of the stuff off of the website, because what they do is they have this monthly subscription service, and the monthly subscription service, and you can cancel at any time. You just gotta here's the tricky part about it. You can activate your account, but you cannot say do not renew until your initial renewal has begun. So you gotta wait like an hour after you upgrade or renew your initial subscription, or you start it up again. You got to wait an hour, and then you can decide whether or not to keep it automatically renewed, or you could decide not to renew it and go from there. Now you might say, well, how much is it? Believe it or not, it's only $20. I know to some that may sound a lot, or may not sound like a lot, but it's worth it. It is worth it. Now the tokens, on the other hand, you do have to buy the tokens. That's kind of like a DLC thing, like something like Angry Joe doesn't like. And they cost between $5 to, believe it or not, $100. I'm not lying. But I don't go to $100. Thank the Lord I don't. But what I'm noticing, and maybe it's just me, but when I went to go back there recently to just check up on things, I noticed I had more tokens than usual. And I'm thinking, why do I have these tokens? And I think what it is every once in a while when I automatically renew, they add tokens. That's just an assumption. I'm not saying that's a fact, but that's an assumption. It might be the fact that I bought those tokens long ago and I just don't remember. But I'm guessing it's automatic renewal, and that's why I'm getting them. But yeah, here we have, like I said, this is the first one. This holds about 3 to 4 videos, because they range in size. The one thing they do is they allow you the opportunity to choose what kind of format you want. Sometimes you could choose DV or HD, and HD is a little higher sometimes depending on the length of the video, and basically that's what it is. It depends on the length of the video and the file size, when it comes to HD and DV. DV is usually a little smaller, and that's what I usually go with. So that's the first one. Then I waited a while and kind of started back up. And here we have, these are from 2018, so this has like 3 of them on there. And you can tell by the date, that's one that I have. Then here's another. I did some of these like in one day, but what I like to do is kind of give the DVD burner a rest, if you will. I mean, who doesn't? So that's the second one. Then here is number 3. This is the third one. And again, they fit about 3 on there. So here's 4. Now sometimes when you use your burner, your DVD burner or your Blu-ray burner, you got to make sure that if you're going to get three or 4 files on there, make sure it's complete, because sometimes one of them might cause your player to freeze a little bit, because, or not just your player, but your disc to freeze a little bit, because of the fact that, you know, you didn't get a complete format of the video, or burning of the video. So that's, like I said, that's number 4. It's number 4 here. And then this is number 5. And this is an example of what I'm talking about, because one of the videos on 3 had to go to 5 for a complete viewing. And then this is recently, this is today. And there's going to be more to come. So when you think about it, I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21 initial off the site. So 21 videos. That's not bad. Or 20 if you want to count the fact that one video on 3 is also on 5, because of the, you want to get the fullness. And then here I got like 4 on here, so you're looking at like I have 4 on there, so you're looking at like maybe 24, 25. And then this, of course, right here, this one, real quickly, as they turn it around, has like there's 150-something minutes of it. So it's got about maybe along the lines of 3 or 4 on there. So you're looking like at 28 vids of MPV. That's what I have here. Now again, obviously the site is not for everybody, but, or the place isn't for everybody, but it is an interesting site for entertainment. It can be funny, it can be intriguing, it could be very woo-woo, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you're ever interested in something to, like, you know, buy the time and kind of, especially, you know, depending on how you feel and everything, and your likeness, if you will, and I say that with all due respect, no offense, all due respect, no offense, your certain liking of you know, certain situations, and again, I say that with all due respect, no offense, then this might be something to look into. That's all. But I just thought I'd come on here and show you my MPV Mud Puddle Visuals, or MPV Video DVD collection. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Comment if you like the video. Live chat during the premiere. Check me out on my Teespring store, as well as at Patreon at Brian Walmer, BW Rosas, as well as the BW Rosas discussions on all your audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also check me out at BW Rosas on Vimeo as well. And that's about it, guys. So till next time, God bless. Take care. I am out.